The ballroom of the Midtown Hotel had never felt so heavy. 1,000 tiny reflections shimmered from the crystal lights above, yet the room felt dim, as though the walls themselves were holding their breath. Every chair sat in disciplined rows, every camera was fixed into place, and on the small stage stood just a microphone, a polished podium, and a single white flower. Lana's favorite. Outside, the world flowed on with its usual chaos. A vendor shouted about hot pretzels, a jogger sped past the revolving doors, a taxi honked at someone who absolutely deserved it. But inside, time stalled. Lana moved slowly through the crowd, offering nods, small greetings, the kind of polite warmth she had perfected over the years. Normally, her friendliness glowed like a spotlight. Today, it flickered. She asked for water, sat near the end of a row, and held her hands between her knees to stop them from shaking. The makeup team, who had spent countless mornings smoothing her eyebrows, fixing eyeliner, saving the world from foundation emergencies, stood quietly along the wall, unsure whether to approach or stay invisible. They chose invisible. News had spread fast. An urgent alert, a trending hashtag, endless speculation. Everyone demanded answers about her husband, Marco. Fans posted messages of love, frustration, and wild theories. Talk shows lined up their panelists like it was the championship of guessing things they had no business guessing. Only a handful of people in the ballroom knew the truth. This moment had been months in the making. Late-night hospital whispers, quiet tears in car mirrors, difficult decisions spoken only behind locked doors. And finally, a choice to step forward and speak instead of hiding. When Lana stepped to the podium, she felt every stare land on her like raindrops made of molten metal. She paused, inhaled deeply, and for a moment remembered the feeling of Marco's rough fingers lacing through hers during one of those long nights when neither of them could sleep. "Thank you for being here," she began, her voice soft but steady. "Before anything else, I want everyone to understand that our family's privacy comes first. I'll share what I can, but not everything is mine to reveal." She cleared her throat, unfolded and refolded a single sheet of paper, then set it aside and spoke from her heart. "Marco has been facing a difficult challenge, one we didn't choose, one we didn't expect. We've been partners for nearly 3 decades, and we're facing this together. Today, I'm asking you to walk with us, not as spectators, but as people who understand love, fear, and hope." A reporter raised his hand. His voice was gentle enough. "How is he? Is he in danger?" Lana closed her eyes for half a second. When she opened them, she saw not a reporter, but someone who had watched her morning shows, laughed at her awkward cooking segments, and probably forgiven her for mispronouncing 12 cities last winter. "We're taking things one step at a time," she answered. "Right now, our focus is comfort, treatment, and family. He's not alone, not for a moment." Another voice rose sharper. "Can you give us a diagnosis?" Her grip tightened on the microphone. "No, that's his story to tell, when he's ready." Questions poured in, some kind, some intrusive, and some so inappropriate she briefly fantasized about hurling the microphone like a boomerang. She didn't. She stayed patient, gracious, even funny at moments, slipping in a small joke about how Marco once fainted simply from seeing a vaccination needle. The room laughed. She did too, lightly. Outside, people watched the live stream on their phones. Fans sent warm messages, recipes, prayer emojis, and the occasional confusing advice involving herbal teas no human should ever ingest. Lana appreciated every bit of it. Hours later, when she finally returned home, the house smelled faintly of peppermint and dish soap. Marco's shoes were still by the door. Of course they were. He never put them away. She made tea and stared at old photos. 2 young dreamers at their first audition, their wedding day, a messy beach picture, with the kids. Her phone buzzed, a single message from him. "I'm worn out." She smiled sadly, and type back, "I'll be right where you need me when you wake." In the days that followed, Lana returned to work, doing shorter shows, smiling when she could, falling silent when she couldn't. Her producers guarded her time fiercely. Fans watched her expressions like detectives looking for hidden clues. Her children orbited the hospital like loyal planets, each playing their part: practical, emotional, and hopeful. And through it all, love moved quietly beneath every moment, stitching hope into the fear, warmth into the uncertainty, and a future into the unknown.